Really pleased about that. So I think the guys have worked hard, certainly week in and week out. They showed up today ready to play, and again, just finished. Really pleased about finishing this game or this month in a strong fashion. We'll turn our sights toward Big Ten play here when we get going here tomorrow. One thing we just tried to share with our football team is just the value of every step along the way and how important each step is. And every game you play presents its own set of unique challenges. So thought the guys did a good job this week of preparing. Thought our practices overall pretty well. They showed up today with good tempo on the game field, and we had some plays that weren't so clean, but I think overall the effort and the attitude of our players really helped us move forward. So we're just happy about that. Happy to get the victory, obviously. Plenty of things we'll work on and look at tomorrow and work on as we move forward. But again, just really pleased to close the month down 4-0.
About CJ's performance during the first half, 15 of 15.
Yeah, I didn't know it was that clean until just a few minutes ago, but you can't do any better than that, certainly. And then he had good help along the way, too. The receivers, I thought, did a great job. Tavon made a beautiful catch on that one sideline, and some really good plays. So, good to see that. Good to see other guys getting involved. George Kittle, did a really nice job, and got Jake Doozy back out there. So, good to get other guys involved.
The depth you were able to play, I think that would be, in the long term, that's really going to be a big plus.
It is. Anytime you get that opportunity, and I don't mind telling you, I was a little nervous going into the game. You're nervous about every opportunity, certainly, but I looked at the paper this morning. Basically, is a lot of the write-ups where the game was in the bag, references to our 2009 season, and those kinds of things can really get people to lose their focus a little bit. And along that line, I was playing younger players too, but if you get that chance, it's always a healthy thing. That's something we love to do anytime we can. And but it requires our team showing up, playing hard, taking care of business, and giving those guys that opportunity. So it was really good to get some guys in the game.
And you had Kansari with 4 touchdowns in a 100-plus game.
Yeah, Jordan's really been playing well. You talk about Jordan, Tavon, I mentioned him a minute ago, both guys being seniors. I think our whole senior class is doing a really nice job of, they're playing their best football. They're leading our football team, which is a good start. And, when I think about Jordan right now, the first thing I go back to is last week, just his blitz pickup. Those guys were coming hard from Pittsburgh. And, he did a lot of good things touching the ball last week, but I think his pass protection enabled us to really, it was a key part of our victory. So the point I'm making there is he's really playing a well-rounded game right now, which is great to see.
When your team takes the field, it feels like they expect to score when they have the ball every time. And I don't know that I felt that last year, but is that because of your quarterback, or is that all the way across all 11 guys?
I think CJ's certainly a part of that, but I think, right now the guys, again, I've said all along, going back to January, the attitude of the football team's been good, our work ethic's been good. Again, I get to see every practice. You don't. Practice hasn't always been so good, or at least the production part of it, but it's not because of lack of trying. But I think, as I alluded to just a minute ago, the way the seniors are doing a good job. I think we have a lot of guys trying to make contributions and good efforts, and that's where it all starts. So you get the guys that have played some, stepping up. You get guys like George Kittle, who played a little bit last year, but prior to his injury, I thought he was just really doing a good job August on through. A lot of guys, that are emerging along the way too, and obviously CJ is one of those guys.
What do you know about this team, if anything, that you might not have known or were sure of a month ago?
Well, you're never sure how you're going to run the whole race, and when we looked at our schedule, that's really how we broke it up. The first 7-week block, we had four weeks in September, then obviously shift over to conference play. So today for me was a really positive thing to see. Not that we were perfect today, but we showed up ready to go. I thought we had a good week of practice. So they've been focused on the right things week in and week out. That's where it all starts. And then the other part is right now we still have a real opportunity to improve. I think we have improved in 4 weeks' time, no question about that. But hopefully we can keep growing here as we push forward.
What were your conversations with Coach McCarney after the game, and what was that like to go up against him?
They're probably more fun before the game, just because we get to talk about a lot of good times, and that goes back. I misspoke yesterday, and I introduced him to morning practice. I told our players about our honorary captains, and said it was 24 years ago. Dawned on me a little bit later on, it was 34 years ago, 1981. So those 3 guys were the guys that Mac coached on that 81 ball club. That was the first exposure I had to Iowa football. And those 3 guys are pretty salty players. I mean, they were outstanding football players. So, we go back to that time, and we had a lot of great memories and a lot of great times together on the staff, as did with the entire staff. So that part's fun, and I can't believe Dan's been out of the state 9 years. That's amazing to me as well. But and after the game, it's always hard to win or lose. It's just hard to have good visits after the game. But it's great to see Dan again early. Happy for him.